Hi everyone, so today we will be tackling the SPM 2019 paper 2 section A question 2 question. As you can see, it states express 2 power n plus 2 minus 2 power n plus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 in the form p bracket 2 power n minus 1 where p is a constant. Okay, so this is the first part of the question. But before we begin this question, let's have a quick recap of our algebra formula. And this equation can be found in your equation sheet. So a power m multiply a power n equals to a power m plus n. Now, if I just give you 2 power x multiplied 2 power 2, can I say that my m, can I say that my a equals to 2? So this a will now equal to 2. Now, can I also, we need to find our m. Can I say that my m is equal to x? So we just substitute m equal to x here. And can I also say that my n equals to 2? So that's very simple. We can put 2 here. Let's move on to another indices identity. And we shall call it, and this identity is number 3 here. A power m divided by a power n equals to the identity a power m minus n. So if I substitute, if I give you an example, 2 power x divided by 2 power 2, this is also commonly seen in the question as 2 power of x divided by 2 power of 2. Can I say that in this identity my a equals to 2? Yes, I can. Moving on, can I say that my m equals to x? Yes, I can. Can I say that my n equals to 2? Yes, I can. So minus 2. Okay, so we have just had a refresher course of our algebra. So referring to the previous question, if I give you 2 power of x divided by 2, what will my identity be? Pause the video for a moment and try it yourself. So I will proceed. The identity will be simply 2 power x minus 1. Okay, so I hope you got it correct. Because this 2 is 2 power of 1. So you should not be confused with 2 power of 2, which is what we see over here. Okay, so back to this question, since we have already figured out the identities. Let's try 2 power n plus 2 minus 2 power n plus 1 plus 2 n minus 1. Since we have the same base, which is 2, 2, and 2, okay, we should at least have an idea of where we should go. Now we see plus here, so we know that we can use this identity number 2. We also see divide here, so minus here, pardon me, we see minus here, so we know we can use identity number 3. Okay, so let's proceed. Very simple. Since we have done the exercise just now, we just have to reverse what we have done. So 2 power n plus 2, we can write it as 2n multiplied by 2 power of 2. Right? Yes. Try the next one for yourself. Pause the video and attempt it yourself. So I will continue at, I'll continue at 2 power of n multiplied by 2 power of 1. Okay, then I have plus 2 power of n, and remember identity equation number 3, we can put it as divided by 2 power of 1. Okay, so let me just put equals here to make it neat. So what you can notice is this. You notice there is 2 power of n here, 2 power of n here, and there's 2 power of n here. Can we factorize 2 power of n? Yes, we can. So what happens when we factorize 2 power of n? 2n, and then we can put a bracket here. We have 2 power of 2 minus 2 power of 1 plus, okay, this is an interesting one. This is 1 over 2 power of 1. Okay, if you're unsure about your factorization, always double check and expand the bracket once again. So expand here, expand here, expand here. Just make sure you get the values that you see in this equation here. Okay, all right, so that's just a quick side note. We notice that 2 power of n, can we now, because these are whole numbers, these are numbers, can we factorize 2 power of 2? Can we expand it to be 4? Can we then put 2 power of 1 as 2, and 1 over 2 power of 1 is 0.5? So it will then equal to 4 minus 2 plus 0.5, or 1 over 2, up to you. Then let's finish it up. 4 minus 2 is 2 plus 0.5, that equals to 2.5, or we can also note it as 5 over 2. Now, our question says that we need to find in the form p multiplied 2 power n minus 1, okay, which is a mouthful to say. Can we now say, what if we expand, we multiply this, okay? Well, I want you to see that you will end up with this 5 multiplied 2 power n divided by 2. Okay, now remember in the beginning where I asked you about this identity, 2 power x divided by 2 power 1, and then you told me that your answer was 2 power x minus 1. So can I say, using that same logic, that we would use 5, then 2n, and because this is divide, so we use identity in equation 3, and since this is 2 power of 1, so can we say it's 2 power n minus 1? basically the same that we have determined in this over here. 2 power x divided by 2 power 1, we have answered it to be 2 power x minus 1. So does this satisfy the equation in the question where we need p multiplied 2 power n minus 1? So the identity that we want in the question is 5 p 2n minus 1. Therefore, p equals to 5. And we know this is true because it says that p is a constant. So a constant and 5 is a constant. So that's great. Okay, we move on to the second part, which is the more interesting part of this question. Okay, we have to solve this long equation. Okay, and whenever you see long equation, usually people get scared. Or even when people see a long question, people get scared. But don't be scared. Okay, let's summarize what we have done. And whenever you're doing Add Maths, it is very important that you summarize what you have discovered. Okay, so that you are able to follow the story. Okay, you have to follow the story that the mathematics is giving you. So we have 2 power n plus 2 minus 2 power n plus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1, and we have worked so hard to factorize it into this value here. So we have simplified it into this equation here. And if you notice, in this long equation, it's 8 multiplied this long equation. And this long equation, coincidentally, is the same as this equation. So, if that is the case, can I say that 8 multiply this value that we have obtained here, 5 multiply 2 power n minus 1? Yes, we can. 5 multiply 2n minus 1, okay, equals to, let's just copy from the remaining of the question, which is 5 multiplied by 2n squared. Okay, be careful, this is n power 2 power n squared. Okay, so usually when you see this equation, you would only have you will only look at the left side of the equation over here, and then you would think, okay, let me multiply 8 and 5, since there we can. But what if you look at it from the entire equation from left to right? You would see that 5, you can cancel it out, right? So we can cancel out 5. Okay, so it's important that when we look at the equation, we don't look at it with a narrow vision, with a tunnel vision. We have to look at the equation as a whole, which is a very important skill. Okay, even when you are looking at the previous equation, when you are looking at in this equation here, you must be able to have the wide vision to be able to see that it equates to be the same. Okay, and you can learn this with practice. Okay, so practice enables you to look at the equation in a wide sense. Okay, with a wide field of vision. Okay, so let's summarize what we have after we cancel out the 5, 2 power n squared. Now, how do I change this number 8? How do I change it to base 2 so that I want to standardize it? How? We know that 2 power of 3 equals to 8. Okay, 2 power of 3 equals to 8. So can I say that 2 power of 3 multiplied by 2n minus 1 equals to 2n squared? Yes, we can. Very simple. After that, we can see, okay, we are multiplying. We have the same base, the base 2, and we want to multiply. So we have to look at the equation and refer to this one, multiplication, right? And we have done this. We have been doing this throughout the question. So if that is the case, to multiply this, I need to add the powers, right? I have to add these powers together. Can my next equation be 2n minus 1, right, plus 3? Yes, it can. N minus 1 plus 3. This is the same identity that we have practiced. So what is my... Okay, so it's n, then negative 1 plus 3, you have positive 2 equals to 2n squared. Okay, and because we have two bases that are the same, then what we can do is we can ignore the bases and just equate the power. It's 2n squared. So we want to put it all into one side. We can already see a quadratic equation forming, and if you see a quadratic equation forming, we need to know that the next step is to put all the equation to one side. So let's do this. N squared minus n minus 2 equals 0. So this is a quadratic equation. You can put it in your calculator and you will get n equals to 2 and n equals to negative 1. So you write here n minus 2 and n plus 1. So to just double confirm your work, make sure that when you expand here and here, as well as here and here, make sure that you get this value, n squared minus n minus 2. And so whenever you factorize, you should do this. This is good practice to make sure that you get your answer. Okay, make sure that your answer is correct. Sometimes you would accidentally key in your calculator in the quadratic equation, accidentally maybe put it wrongly. So the equation has been solved. The value of n are 2 and negative 1. So that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching.